I am live. Mm-mm-mm. Not only am I live, but I'm drinking. I want to give a quick shout out to a bunch of my close friends: David Boyd, Nestor Camacho, J.R. Carey. Thinking about you, homies, tonight. Let's see. Thinking about you boys tonight. Appreciate you guys always doing some fun stuff, chatting, hopping in here, talking. I got a lot of fun stuff to chat about tonight, and I got some jokes for you because I've been doing a lot of stand-up stuff lately. I wanted to share some stuff. This is a little Nissan talking, and you know what? This is gonna be a hangout. It's more of a hangout with all my homies out there. Dang, look at that. Andrew Norris staying up late for me out in the East Coast. Young Andrew Norris, who you should be staying up until midnight every night. I don't care what time you work. But yeah, thanks for all you guys hopping in here and chatting. I got a lot of stuff to talk to you guys about, and I want to see what you guys are up to tonight, and maybe you guys can throw some stuff back at me. Excuse me, I had a little chili. Drinking a spicy margarita tonight. What are you guys drinking tonight? How's the audio? Does the audio sound good? I got my D-Day dangler over here. Maybe adjust my gain. Oh, a little ASMR. The Ranger Raptor, obviously, since somebody's talking about Ford's Expedition Outfitters, is here. Rocky Mountain Goon, what's up? Yeah, my fiberglass fender bro from another mother. JR. I got, you know what, JR? I got, I've grown my hair back from being bald, and I do have a speakeasy barber. So, yeah, Dave loves to talk about the new expedition. That my boy Raul. Yeah, there you go. Dave answered your question, Raul. Go kick rocks. JR Carey. Hey, I can't find Natterdays out here, JR. Maybe Luke will ship me some, or maybe you guys can ship me some Natterdays. Yeah. Hey, Rocky Mountain Goon, did you see CJD is looking to do some rear fenders, fiberglass fenders for the Nissan Xterra. Yeah, Dave, no Natterdays out here for me. So CJD is looking for new people to try and get some. I don't know if you guys have seen the Explorers. There's a couple Explorers out there. They did fiberglass fenders for the front and rear of those things for a while, and oh, nice. Glad you're in for them. So that's probably me, you, and one other person. And I think Garth is in. Me, you, and Garth are probably the three that said that we're in so far. So we need a couple days of or a couple days. We need a couple more people. I think we need to talk two more people into getting some fiberglass for our trucks so that we can one and onlys. So I'm getting secret text, behind the scenes text. Stand by. Never mind, it's not important. It's just Dave. So anyways, yeah, let me hop back in here. Thought something important was happening. Let's throw dates at Danny. Let's see here. Come get some at Went. I want to come to Went so bad, JR. Even if I show up for a day, dude, I'm coming out. I'm flying out. I don't even care if there's a COVID, dude. I already had that show. Shadow Manufacturing. Shadow Wolf. Frontier Life. What's up, buddy? Glad you could hop in. Hey, I wanted to say a shout out to Frontier Life Club. I was doing some serious home improvement project, and I wasn't sure if I was going to be up for a live chat tonight. But you know what? He hit me up and said, "Hey, you going live tonight?" And I was like, you know what? I need to go live tonight. As you can see, I am not in the shop tonight. I know it's live in the shop with Danny, but we're going to talk shop stuff. So we'll call it live in the shop. Just so you guys all know, NMP is now Nissan Nation Productions, and obviously all you guys are my homies, so you know that Nissan Nation podcast has transitioned to YouTube. So let's just make sure we always post up Nissan Nation Productions and get that in your links or whatever if you're going to be sharing stuff. That's right, Dave. Live for the people. I'm not going to lie. I worked this morning to save you guys all of your damn freedom because I went and I watched a couple YouTube videos while I was in the Air National Guard this morning. And then I came home and I did home improvement project for 4 hours. So I'm not going to lie. I'm freaking exhausted. But at the same time, and now I'm drinking. So tonight's a little bit of a wild card night for me, for you guys. And I know you guys all want to talk Nissans, but in truth, I might just talk about how to wipe your butt and wieners and, all kinds of other stuff that all you guys like to talk about. If you have not gone over, and well, obviously you guys, but if for anybody that's going to be watching this now or after, if you have not gone over and watching the Nissan Nation Productions kind of first look and review of J.R. Carey's solid axle swap Frontier, that thing is super rad. One of the coolest things I like about it is he has the ORI shocks on it. We'll call them it's a gas. Oh shoot, I'm blanking right now. What are the shocks called? It's a gas shock. Basically, it doesn't have a coil. It uses gas pressure, a secondary chamber of gas pressure for the compression ratio. And I ended up hanging out with the ORI crew, I guess you could call them, the founders and the engineers and one of their main guys when I was out at Churched Up Air Shocks. There you go, Rocky Mountain. But yeah, I hung out with those guys that own that company and that are doing all that stuff when I was out at the King of the Hammers, and they have some really impressive stuff. I went out with one of their guys in their side by side that was running and they did a lot of stuff with the side by side. We couldn't get too crazy just because there's so many people out there, but they were really impressive. And I'm pretty pumped to see those over on your truck, JR. We talked to them a lot about different applications and stuff. So it's cool that you were able to use those, and Nestor was able to get them on. So yeah, JR's truck is a hybrid. Andrew, yeah, you can be with me where we just jump in other people's trucks and cruise around. So a little shop talk for me. I'm sure you guys have all seen. I got some new exhaust on the 300ZX. It sounds really good. It's not nearly as loud, and it doesn't growl at all. It's a low. It sounds like a stock sports car now, as opposed to the grumble that it had when my dad was driving it the other day. So that was pretty cool. It looks really good. And I'm really stoked to put on the X pipe and the mid pipes and stuff like that. I think that's going to be pretty sweet. That's kind of on the agenda for me. Also today, I got in my truck. Have you went up Pops yet? Sorry, I'm just checking in. See what all you guys are chatting about. Yeah, Papa Groats. My dad's one of the coolest dudes. My dad's a lot like me. So when we were young, we butted heads a lot. But now he's one of the coolest dudes in the world. It's going to stay very close to stock, JR. One of the reasons I replaced the exhaust is because it had a bunch of holes. So when I went to go smog it here in California, basically it's pulling in a bunch of oxygen into the exhaust so it's the oxygen O2 was reading way off the charts. Yeah, JR says this truck. Anyhow, so I had to put exhaust on. I drove 2 hours to go get this exhaust. It was a really nice exhaust. It's not like the creme de la creme of Z exhaust, but at the same time, they're really nice pieces. Oh man, too many drinks tonight. But I think it'll give it a little bit more pep. It'll sound a little bit better. It sounds cleaner than the stock exhaust. So, and you want to make your vehicle sound good. And what I was saying earlier is tonight, for the first time, I don't know why this is the first time, but for the first time since I put the intake and tuned my Frontier, I was driving down the road with both my windows down and I gassed it. And good effing Lord, my Frontier is so damn rowdy now. it's ridiculous. I had no idea. Maybe it's because I have a bunch of sound deadening on it, but yeah, my Frontier is crazy loud right now when you drop it down in gear. Right as it hits 3,000 RPMs, it wakes up and it'll slam you in your seat. I'm so happy with my Frontier right now. I'm gonna snag some videos of it when I'm on the road. Dave, you have to tune Kelly's truck, and if you don't have exhaust on that thing, throw some AFE or just throw an AFE or a Flowmaster muffler on it with a 3-inch catback. Hopefully Z1 makes a Y pipe for him by that time or something like that. But yeah, I know I went two-step in Frontier. I'm working on. I had some problems because UpRev. Here's a little good heads up. UpRev does not run off of a Mac. So if you need to do UpRev tuning, you have to have a PC. I don't have or a Windows-based PC. I don't have that. I run Macs. So I had to borrow my mother-in-law's PC in order to her computer to get this all done. So which it was an old one and I was trouble with it like dying and stuff like that. So I had to I'll have to get on that tune for the new tire setup. Yes, I'm telling you, the tune is great. But now I have to do some dyno pulls, and I had a couple pulls, but then I lost them because the battery died. Long story short, I need to grab a laptop that has battery life, so I can go out and do a couple second gear pulls, third gear pulls, like 0 to 60 or whatnot, so I can get some good data for them to give me a little bit better tune, because tunes are different across the board. From if you live in Colorado, your oxygen levels are totally crazy different. So right now I have a generic performance tune from UpRev. So if you live in Colorado, you're going to be different. If you live on the East Coast, I don't know why you'd be different, but you're going to be different. Different elevation. I'm like 400 above sea level. Temperatures are going to be different. You know, if you live up in Chicago, temperatures are going to be different. So you got air density issues. And then every truck is different as far as I have intake and exhaust. This tune is meant to bump a stock truck up a little bit. So while it does benefit that I have more airflow with this tune, every truck is different. You know, every truck is different because it's in a different part of the U.S. It's at a different elevation. It has different modifications to it. So I'm going to go data log, and I'm going to be sending those tunes in to Z1 so they can fine tune it. So I'm sure they could probably squeeze another 10 horse out of it. I mean, that doesn't seem unreasonable. Plus, I believe that tune is still for mid-range octane. So I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that tune still works, so you don't have any detonation or any problems with base fuel. So that's some information for you. I wasn't reading any of the stuff right now, so let me check back in, see what you guys are all chatting about. JR popped that cherry. Good to know. We can all benefit from youngins with tech, right? I don't want to tune the V6 really with the 456s. That's an totally idiot thing to say, JR, and I hope you kick yourself in the balls. You can never have too much pep, JR. There's no such thing. There really isn't. Yeah, the East Coast, all I know is the people. I was deployed with a bunch of Rhode Islanders, and that's like serious East Coast weirdos, and those guys were out of control. I ended up getting in fights with them all the time. They were fun to be with, but we'd fight and then get like we'd get back together. We'd make up. We'd fight and make up every week. You guys are weird. Carrie is scared of a tune. JR has, they're like little walnuts, like the inside of walnuts. Normally people have just walnuts. You know what? I think JR, here's what you need to do. The most important thing that you could do for your truck is you drive it down to Home Depot. Okay. Drive it down to Home Depot. You go in the gardening section. You get a little bit of Miracle Grow. You take that home, sprinkle that down on your on your nuts, and so they blossom, they grow And that way you can actually handle that truck that you've been given by Shadow Wolf. So that's a Danny tip today. That's a tech tip. Frontier Life Club, any dates for the completion of the race truck? So this is something I wanted to talk about. So I was working 1 day a week at my buddy's shop to fund my race truck. And unfortunately, with COVIDs, I started having to work 5 days a week at the base where I work, where's my full-time job is. And so now I'm not getting my side money for the race truck. So that means a lot of my extra little things that I need to buy to have progress on the race truck are kind of going by the wayside. So it's slowing down the already slow progress of the race truck. So that's where, what's up, Croy McCready in the house. So that's where I am with the race truck. I have been chatting with a buddy down south who does a lot of race truck wiring, and I'm trying to. He was supposed to come up and help me work on the truck. He broke his foot, so he may have to get some surgery or something like that. So that's where the race truck is. I've worked on it a couple times here and there. I haven't had a hard push on it in a while. So I am doing little stuff. I went in and cleaned up some of the wiring so that it's ready to restart over on the wiring. So that's something that I did, and I cleaned up a couple little other things and fixed some just simple stuff, but I haven't done any like hard pushes on any of that. So Croc is here. Hey, at least you aren't stuck entirely on base. It's crazy here in Georgia. Thank you, my bro. Now training Army tankers rather than at 29 right now. Yes. You know what? Frontier Life. There was 4 races that I wanted to go to that I didn't even get close to being ready for. So I stopped planning to get ready for a race. And at the same time, you don't want to just slam a bunch of stuff in and then go try and race it. I've learned that from a couple friends. So what I'm doing is trying to finish it as quick as possible. And if I can take it out and go test it once and there's no major issues, I will look at what races are coming up and I'll sign up for those. So that's kind of the plan with the race truck. Of course, I want to go do Vegas to Reno. That's such an epic race. I did that last year. That's in mid to late August. It might be an option for me. But like things are weird right now. So it totally depends on money and time and if I can get the truck done, if I can get some help getting the truck done, because some of the stuff is kind of outside of my, we'll say it's comfort zone or outside of my capabilities here in my garage. So some of that's it's hard for me to weld in some stuff that's I can weld tabs for stuff so that it's mounted, but stuff like limit straps, I need someone with a little bit better welder and a better welding skills to weld those in. I don't want those to break. I trust my welds to hold stuff from like falling off, but not stuff that is going to take massive abuse. So I did speak to Lars Wolf a little bit about racing. He's doing some stuff. I keep in contact with Lars. He's kind of like an internet buddy to me. So we've and not only Lars, but if you guys don't follow what is it, Nismo Stuff? Let me see here. Nismo Stuff Racing. He's got he rally races a Nissan Frontier. Let's see here. I'm going to pull him up on the Facebook because that's where Dan Spallinger is his name. Nismo Stuff Racing is his page. And he has got a badass Frontier. We chat a lot about what he's doing with his truck. He just swapped from a 4-cylinder to a 4-liter. And he's done a lot of really cool stuff. So his truck should be running here in a couple weeks. Miracle Grow Trick is so 2017. Yeah, I know, Andrew. You know what? Here's the thing, bud. If I get an Xbox and I got to spend 200 bucks on an Xbox, and then I got to spend another 300 bucks on racing stuff, and that's 500 bucks I could basically spend on my race truck. So anytime I get extra money, I have a hard time spending on anything other than race truck. So I know a guy in Riverside. Yeah, yeah, dude. If you know somebody that's willing to pitch in on the race truck, I'm always like, networking to me is the only way that I'm going to get to the end of this project, and it's the only way I've gotten as far as I've got. So I'm really happy with all the people that have come alongside me that have helped me. The number one guy I'd say is AMR Racing. That's that Toyota that I raced with Vegas to Reno last year. That he's helped me tremendously with axle or rear gearing on the rear axle, with shock size, with a million things that I could go on and on about him, but he built his whole truck in his garage. He's a FedEx driver. I would highly suggest you go over and check out his YouTube channel. It is, I believe it's AMR Racing or AMR. I don't know. You could probably find it on YouTube, but go check him out. He did a walk around on the truck. It's a really, really cool truck. He's going to be doing a lot of tear down and rebuild on that truck, and that truck's going to be a really badass truck. A more badass truck when he's done with it. So, yeah, Andrew Norris, he did start his own channel. I saw your video of you doing a little rally racing. That looked like a lot of fun. A lot of little foot movement you could see in the corner. That was pretty cool to watch. So, what are you guys all drinking tonight? I have a question for you all. And this came up because in COVID times, and especially in the military, it's very important that we talk about the important things in life. So I'm curious how many people wipe their butt cheeks or wipe their anus from the front to the back, or from the back to the front. If you reach down, or do you reach behind? There's a big debate going on right now all over California, and I want to know what you guys think about that. It's something that you need to talk about, and I think only real racers know the answer. His shop's name is Americajan. Interesting. S14 swapped with the VQ35, keeps all the original wiring at 350, all swapped in the S14. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I would love to have a VQ35 in the Z. So if I ever blow up the Z, I don't know. I've considered, what are my long-term options in the Z if I ever blow it up, or it needs more power. The NA motor is fun. It's quick. It should be fun on the track for a little while. My dad wants to take it out on a track, so I'm going to bring it to Willow Springs, I think. But it needs something with 300 horsepower at least. So twin turbo swap is an option, but a lot of people do that, kind of got to be different. So that may be something that I do in the future. And of course, you guys will all follow along and watch. Andrew Norris is a bidet guy. I've never experienced a bidet. I'm very curious how clean you can really get it. Triple turbo swap. Get out of here, bro. I ain't made of money. You know what? If this YouTube channel explodes into madness, I'll put 3 turbos on a car. Sure, why not? 100 shop for the Z. I like that option, dude. And you know what? That may help me get to a VQ35 a lot quicker if I put a fat shot on it. Well, the twin turbo swap is kind of less expensive. My problem is my car is so clean, and to find a twin turbo swap or a twin turbo that's as clean as my car, I'm probably looking at like 9 to 10 grand. But I don't know. It's running great. I'll probably Danny, you need a better background. I know, guys. I'm in the trailer. This is the YouTube studio for Danny Groders right now. I know before it's been in the shop, but the shop's kind of overrun with all kinds of home improvement projects. So, all right, Andrew, that's enough from you. But anyways, so let's see here. I want to know, Andrew. I feel like you need to go. I feel like you need to go in the back room until you buy a Nissan. Go buy a Nissan already. You just sold the other car. Go buy a Nissan. Stop talking. Don't talk about it. Be about it. All right, Jr. Thanks for hopping in, buddy. I love you so much. You go take some shots. And I'll catch you later. Thanks for yeah, buddy a juke, Dave says. But let's see here. I was gonna talk real quick about so my wife says to me yesterday, she says, go buy, or do you want to buy a Titan? And I said, well, of course I want to buy a Titan, but money and where we're at, I need this trailer right here that I'm in, I got to tow it with something. Right now I tow it with an Armada. And I'm torn because my red truck, it's freaking sweet, and I've been all over the world with it. Not over the world, all over the US with it. Mostly West Coast. But I've been so many places with it. I love that truck. It's kind of beat. Do I get rid of the red truck and buy a new Titan? That's the real question, guys. She offered to buy Dave. Here's the day. She offered to pull a Kelly. She offered to buy the Titan and have it for a year, but then she wanted to buy her own vehicle. What do I do? Because one, here, I'm gonna tuck my ears to go full bro. One, like I don't want to stiff my wife and make her drive a truck when she doesn't want a truck. And two, I like the new Pathfinder. I really like the new Pathfinder. And Dave isn't as up on it. Like he thinks it's all right, but I think the new Pathfinder looks really amazing. Dave just dropped some pictures on his Instagram, I think, on the Nissan Nation Productions Instagram. So when is that coming out? Do we get a new Titan and then a new Pathfinder, and I get rid of the red truck? The Pathfinder is not going to be capable, Andrew. It's not a Pathfinder anymore. I think we all have to just throw our hands up and understand that the Pathfinder is a city SUV that can go on a very, very well graded dirt road. That's the thought, Dave. Dave says let's buy her let her buy a Titan Pro 4 and then a year get rid of the Frontier. But it's hard for me to get rid of the Frontier. We have been through so much together. I know, Dave. I think that my biggest problem is I'm having a hard time thinking about getting rid of the Frontier. It's just I'm telling you, I took that thing to Moab 2 times, and I've taken it to Death Valley 4 times, and I've taken it to Colorado. Me and Dave took it to Colorado, and I've taken it to Arizona, and I've taken it to Utah, Nevada, and man, the trails and the stories I have with that. It's such a good one. It's such a great platform for me and 1 or 2 people. Anybody want to buy it? I would sell. I would sell it to. I would let go of it if I knew it was going to a good home. But my problem is I don't want to just sell it to some jabroni that's gonna beat it up worse than I did. And again, yes, I do need a full size for my race truck. It's very obvious that I need a full size truck. I need to make the move, but Man, getting rid of the red Frontier. I felt like I would just always keep that Frontier forever. But I don't know, guys. Andrew wants my Z. I can't get rid of the Z. Sorry, guys. The Z is my new baby. I take it out twice a week now, and man, I love driving that car. It's just, and I will say, it's not a great car to drive every day. It's kind of terrible to drive it. It's like getting in and out of it is a pain. I mean, I'm 6'2". Getting in and out of the Z is a pain in the cheeks because it's so low, and I'm probably going to drop it another inch or so. But it's not. It's comfy once you're in, but like getting it, I don't know. Maybe I'm old. I'm probably old, but it's like it's it's a stick shift, which is totally fun to drive, but just your mundane drive to work and back. Sometimes it's good to just. It doesn't have like Bluetooth integration, so I can't like play a podcast. So there's ups and downs to driving the Z every day. It's not an everyday driver, but at the same time, I look forward to leaving work when the Z is out in the parking lot. So there's that. The 2000 looks like Dave's selling his SAS Xterra. It's about time, Dave. It's just not getting the love it needs from you, and your heart's not been in that truck for a long time, and it needs to go. It needs to go to somebody that whose heart is ready for that. And it, you know what, if you got to part with it for very low amount of money, it needs to be parted with. That's my personal opinion, Dave. I love you, but that truck needs to go to somebody that is falling in love with it, as opposed to it's time for a divorce, and let that bird fly. Stock Z's are a dime a dozen. I'm looking for a second gen Frontier, other side of the country though, not quite ready. I'll drive it out to you, Croy. I got a sweet deal. Let's see here. Think about that. Danny is 6'2" and I'm 5'8". Let's see here. Juke stole my heart. Someone talking about my G6 so I can get a Z. Andrew, if you mention your stupid G6 again, you're getting kicked out. My xterra needs to be sold to Kelly's to be sold so Kelly's can go. Yeah. No, I feel like you need to Titan swap your truck before you take it over to C Nestor. You need to feel a Titan swap before you solid axle Kelly's truck. 300Z has a stage 6 clutch in it, a short shifter. Imagine that in the 91 in gridlock traffic. Ooh, I didn't know you had a Z Frontier Life. Tell me about it, dude. I'm curious what you got. I had no idea, dude. Put that on your channel, bro. Let's see that thing. But left foot Frontier LOG6. Yeah, for real. Better be a jet if it's a G6. Else there's no point in talking about it. So, anyways, that's what's going on. I'm trying to think of what's going on. Titan swapped, and I've done a TS. Put mine on yours. Yeah, but it's not the same, Dave. You need Dave. Dave put some miles on my truck, so he did feel some Titan swap love. He's done a little bit of off-roading my truck, so he's been in a couple Titan swap trucks. So I will say you have felt it a little bit, but it's different when it's your own truck. Back in the day, I had one. It was a 96. Oh, I got you. Green 19 deep dish. Dang, dude. Frontier Life was a hot boy in his prior life, dude. Hot boy living, man, with the 19 deep dishes. Yeah, Kelly's truck's more of a daily driver. SAS is something that if it's going to be primarily off road and a little bit of driving here and there, Kelly's truck's going to be driven a lot more. I mean, you guys camp out that thing a little bit more and hang out, so it's a little bit more overlandy. Yeah, Frontier Life, man. I'm telling you, just buy some lower control arms, just piecemeal it together. I know you just put a 2-inch lift on his. He just dropped a video of that, guys. If you haven't checked it out, Frontier Life .club has a video about him putting a 2-inch lift on it. Yeah, once you Titan swap, then you go, why did I even bother with all this other stuff? that's kind of, I went straight into a Titan Swap xterra when I went second gen. So I was kind of, I had the creme de la creme right off the bat, and then I bought my truck new and realized that it didn't quite have the travel and movement that I wanted. So I almost immediately, I tested a couple lift kits out on it, but then I Titan swapped it within the first year of having it, I think. So then I was back to enjoying the extra travel and the smoothness of a Titan swap. So I had the thought of keeping the Juke and adding a 5.6 V8 in it. That's never going to happen, Dave. Let's all be real. 3-inch pipes, 5-inch muffler. Let's see here. $1 million ideas of a $100 budget. Yep, that's how it goes, my buddy. Convert to rear-wheel drive. Listen, Dave, you're not Lars Wolf, man. All right, stay within the realm of believability. It's never gonna happen. Sorry, Dave. All right, boys. Man, I keep asking you guys what you're drinking. I'm running out. My last drink. I don't know how much I can do of this. Going on empty right now. Oh, there's a little bit more in the bottom. I'm trying to think of. So one of the things we were talking about, I wanted to talk about, was my Armada. So to push out the Titan sale, on my Armada, I was thinking of just getting rad flows front and rear for it. Part of the problem with the Armada right now is, well, one, it doesn't get great gas mileage. But two, it doesn't ride great. I have Bilsteins in the front. It's lifted about 2 inches front and rear. But the rear is really soft. It tows well as far as the power, but it's kind of bouncy. So should I put rad flows in the front and rear of it and keep it for longer, or just ditch it? What do you guys think? If I find a stellar deal on another 300 deal, I'll throw it down with you, Danny. Nice. All right, Frontier Life. We'll be hot boys together, bro. Unfortunately, I don't have any more booze in the trailer, Andrew, or I would throw down with you right now. Yeah, Andrew owes us a good cigar, and I'm not talking about just some like generic knockoff Cohibas either, man. I want some good stuff, dude. Padrones or something. Ditch that old Armada. Yeah. I need to ditch the Armada. It's great for the big family though, I'll tell you that much, dude. We pile all the kids and stuff in there with I think, and here is another thing to chat about real quick. If I get a Nissan Titan, I want to put a shell on it. How many of you guys like the shell or hate the shell? I'm very curious about that, because I don't mind it. I think it's a great little option. So let's see here. We never got those at the first Titan invention. I have a couple placentias in the humidor. Come buy me lunch. Frontier Life Clubs. He's man, I'll tell you what, dude. Last time I had a little smoke was back in high school, and then I joined the military, and I've been basically military for a long time. And I think it'd be nice to have a little smoke when I get out, just to revisit that and even see if I like. I can't even remember. I just remember going to sleep when I was back in high school and having a little smoke. But hey, man, it's basically legal everywhere now, most places. So and if it's not where you're at, do it. Chill up. Cohiba's good, but their good ones are overpriced. Yeah, most of the Cohibas are. Yeah, there's some good ones out there, but they're kind of like the fake go-to. You have access to the good stuff, buddy, and a BMW. You guys are killing me, man. So anyways, you know what, guys? I appreciate you hopping in here. I'm gonna start cutting this down now. I just wanted to say thank you guys all for supporting the channel, hopping in here, chatting with me, BSing, and shooting the shit here on Saturday night. Andrew, thanks for staying up late with me. Which, I mean, you should, because you're a single young dude, and there's no reason you should be going to sleep. You should just stay up as late as you can every night. Too much. So thanks for stopping in, Dave. Peace later. I got some good videos coming pretty soon. Dave's got a bunch of fun stuff dropping. And same with Frontier Life. You got some good videos coming out, and he's plugging away, making sure he's bringing out some content. The ground kit for the Z. Are you talking about like side skirts and stuff like that, or are you talking about like electrical ground kit for the Z? Frontier Life. I've got a lady just not on paper. Well, you know what? Your lady can go to bed whenever she wants, Andrew. She should be young. She should be up watching TV with you. I haven't looked at the electrical ground kit. Maybe it's something that'll poke my head at. Good heads up. Worth checking out. You can never have too much ground, right? But thanks, guys, for watching. I'm gonna close this out. Again, thank you for all of the support and sharing and hanging out. And I'll try and bring you some cool stuff. I'm going to be putting the full exhaust on the Z here in the next week or two. I have the tune, the specific tune on my truck on the Frontier that I'm going to be trying to get done, as well as a couple other goodies that might be on order. So, from all things here in Southern California, I am the DagrootX. Peace, everybody. Love you guys. See you later.